Hey everyone, welcome to day 5 of Math 133. Today we're going to be looking at the Chapter 3, Project 3, and that's the 5 number summary and box plots. And that's going to be due on Monday, on Tuesday the 16th. Also, your 3.5 lecture notes, make sure you go and watch that. But that one you'll want to have done by Monday because Cindy is going to be using that information for some worksheets for her class. Okay, so we're going to finish the Chapter 3, Project 3 today. Um, and last time we talked about Chapter 3, Project 1. So if you haven't finished that one yet, it's due today, but you can turn it in up until midnight tonight. So go get that done. You'll notice there's no Chapter 3, Project 2. There's a lot of stuff that's been put together for this class. It's been around a long time. So we are skipping that one, Chapter 3, Project number 2. We're not going to do. Um, there's a lot of worksheets in the course pack, and Cindy does most of them, but we're not going to do all of them. So we skip around every so often. Anyway, this is the end of week 3. So if you are listening to this on the recording and you didn't get a chance to come to the Tuesday class, and today's Thursday, and you missed this class as well, make sure you go to the discussion board and fill out the week 3 discussion board. There'll be a topic there. You'll post. And then also don't forget that part of that is that you need to reply to 2 other people that have also posted to the discussion board. Okay. For those of you who are listening here on the Zoom call, you don't need to do that. You're good. Okay. So you got your participation points for the week. Okay. Okay. So uh, let's go to Chapter 3, Project 3. Okay. So I'm here in Canvas, and if I click on that project, there's a link that's going to take you to the Google document that we're going to be filling out today. There's also a link and a video that goes over some hints on how to do it. So if you are listening to this recording, um, I'm not going to do the entire project on the recording. You might want to go and watch that video, and it'll give you a little more information. But we are going to click on where it says open the Google document at this link. So when we click on that, that's going to bring us to our Google document for the day. Okay. Now this is the one for everybody, so you're not going to be able to use this one. You're going to need to go to File, make a copy. Okay. And you can call it whatever you like. That's fine. You don't have to change that, but so if you can put your name in there, that's awesome. If not, that's fine too. You're not going to be able to save it here because this is the teacher's folder. So you might have to select a different location for it. So if you just go to all locations and you select My Drive, that'll work. Or if you have a folder already set up where you're saving things, that'll work too. It's not letting me do it. There we go. So come on. I'll take any folder at this point. Sorry, everybody. Is my screen share going okay, or is it lagging? Am I freezing at all? So if I
Nope,
freeze
we
up,
can see you.
you can see me and hear me and everything. Okay. All right, sounds good. If my connection goes sideways or over, just stop me or whatever. Um I when I ran this class before, I've only gotten kicked off of the internet once, where just everything broke and Cindy saved me. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We got new internet now, so yeah. But anyway, uh, yeah, and as I'm going through any of these projects or these worksheets, if there's ever a point where you get lost or you're stuck, stop me then as well, okay? Because um, I'm I'm here to teach you math, not just do math in front of you, okay? So, you can go and you can watch the lectures on your own, and you can actually work on these worksheets and projects on your own. But coming to the class, you get to work on them with me and get them completed. And so I want to make sure that you're getting value out of that and make sure that you're able to participate and not get confused or lost. Okay, so don't hesitate to reach out for questions. How do I pull this up again? So what you're going to do is you're going to in Canvas. Here I am in Canvas. Uh, so I am in my Mat 133 class. And under today, which is day 5, which is right here, we are doing the Chapter 3, Project 3. So if you click on the Chapter 3, Project 3, it'll bring you to a site in Canvas where there will be a link, and that link will take you straight to the Google document. So everything's running nice and slow for me. So here is the Chapter 3, Project 3 in Canvas, and I clicked on where it says this link in capital letters. Okay. And then once you've done that, you're going to need to hit File, make a copy, and then it's going to make, once you've made a copy, you'll be able to edit this. So here is my copy, and I can start filling things in. Okay. All right. So today we're going to find an available data set on StatCrunch. We've done that before. Find an available data set that's interesting to you. Your data set needs to have one quantitative value, one quantitative column with lots of variables, or sorry, lots of variability, so lots of different numbers, and repetition. So you actually want some numbers that are the same, some numbers that are different. Okay. Um, so we've done this before, but you can click on this link or you can just type in your address bar, statcrunch.com. Okay, so type in statcrunch.com and that'll bring you here. Okay. In the upper right-hand corner, it says sign in and register. So make sure you click on that and you'll sign in with the username and password that you have set up for Pearson that we did before. Make sure you have that password saved somewhere. Don't just assume that, oh, well, the computer will remember it for me forever. Once you've signed in, we are going to click on uh, the data sets, which is on the second one down right here under data. So once you're signed in, we'll click on data sets. So once you're signed in, everything should be blue and it should not be grayed out anymore. This box here should be yellow. So I'm not signed in yet, but I'm going to click on data sets and that brings me here. And we've been here before. So um, this is lots of public data that you can use. And we need a column that is quantitative that we can do a 5-number summary on today, okay? So it needs to be big enough. It doesn't need to be as big as we've done in the past. So if you have something that's like 200 rows, that's probably sufficient. Um, so most of these will work. Movie budgets will work. Superheroes. The professor's salary for this one probably would work. Um, but so yeah, find something that's interesting to you. Um, so I have something for me. So I did baseball last time, so I'm not going to do that one again. I have a board game designed that's about saving endangered species. So that's endangered, and it's so the environment is very important to me. So I'm going to search for carbon emissions and do something on that. Um, so I'm going to use this one here, atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay. Um, and my my computer's yelling at me. So I'm going to turn off my video. Let me know again if my screen freezes at all or if my voice cuts out at all. Okay. Just going to try to save on some bandwidth. Um, okay, so I'm going to click on this one, atmospheric carbon dioxide, and it's not huge. I've got, let's see, I've got 600 rows, and I have a column of numbers here, CO2. So that is quantitative, so I can use that for my project today. Um, so question number one, what data set did you use? So we paste the URL. So back here in StatCrunch, I'm going to uh, copy the URL here, and I can highlight it, and I can right click and do copy, or I can hold control down and hit C, control C. And I'll come over here to number one. I'll right click and paste, or I can just hit control V and paste in my link. Okay. What kind of data set did you guys use this time? Anybody use something new, or stick with your old stuff? Stick with your old one. I'm in the United States. Okay. Movies, nice. Still browsing. Okay, that's fine, Mark. Housing prices, nice. Okay. Um, great. So the next one, question number two, treating your data set as if it is a sample. Find StatCrunch statistics output. Jade's using Working Women's Survey Group. Nice. Find state find StatCrunch statistics output that includes just the 5 number summary, the range, and the IQR. So hint, there's going to be exactly 7 numbers. Okay. So the 5 number summary is a short way to uh, kind of display your data, where the middle is and how spread out it is. Okay. So we've talked about the center of our data, the center being the mean, the median, or the mode. So here I have this column of data. I've got 600 numbers in this column of CO2. Okay. So what's the middle number? Okay. That's the center. And we can measure that using mean, median, or mode. Um, and we also will sometimes ask, okay, are these numbers very close? So you'll notice that all my numbers are like 315, 317, 314, 316. So my numbers are very close together, okay? Your numbers, on the other hand, might be very spread apart. So Nina's using housing prices. So you might have some houses that cost, you know, $60,000, and you might have some houses that cost $1 million or maybe more, depending on if you live in LA, right? So those numbers can be very spread out. Okay. So there's 3 ways to measure spread, mean, median, and mode. Or sorry, 3 ways to measure center, mean, median, and mode. We also have 3 ways to measure our spread, and those are the range, the interquartile range, and the standard deviation. Okay. So today we are going to uh, measure the range and the IQR, which is the interquartile range. But we're also going to get the 5 number summary, which again lets you visualize how spread out your data is. So what numbers are in the 5 number summary though? What are their names, right? So is mean and median and mode 3 of the 5 numbers? Or is it something else? What numbers are in the 5 number summary?
The minimum, the maximum, Q1, Q2, or the median, and Q3.
Right. So Q3 and the max. Okay. So the minimum number, quartile 1, median, quartile 3, and the maximum. Those are the 5 numbers in the 5 number summary. Okay. So the min and the max, that's your smallest number and your largest number. So uh, those numbers, if you subtract them, that gives you the range. So by getting the 5 number summary, you automatically get the range. Quartile 1 and quartile 3 are your 25th and your 75th percentile, okay? Meaning it basically your quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, they break your data up into 4 equal pieces, okay? By subtracting Q3 and Q1, you get the interquartile range, which is another way to measure how spread out your data is, okay? Um, so I have Q1 and Q3. Well, what happened to Q2? Q2 has a special name, which is the median, okay? The median cuts your data directly in half. So if you have 2 quarters, you have 50 cents, 50%, right? So uh, Q2 is the 50th percentile, which is also called the median. They all have the same name, okay? It's this exact same thing, and this happens in math a lot where we call the same thing by different names, right? So the mean and the average, those are the same thing, okay? A if we have in geometry, if we have a right angle or 90 degrees, those are the same thing, okay? Okay, so that all said, um, these are the numbers I want you to find, okay? And you're going to do that using stat, summary stats, and columns, okay? And we'll do that in a second, okay? Um, for question number 4, interpret the value of Q3 in the context of the situation. Anytime we say the word interpret in this class, we're asking for a sentence, okay? Something in English, okay? Math is kind of its own language, right? And as mathematicians, we need to be translators that can take numbers and explain what they mean in English to someone, okay? So basically, I want to know, okay, great, you found the Q3. Good job. What does that mean? How does that help us? What does that tell us? Okay. Um, and then we're going to construct a box plot, which you'll do by doing graph and then box plot. Okay. Um, Judging by your box plot, do you have any outliers? That'll depend on whether you have any dots in your picture. And yeah, okay. I think that's good. So that's all the hints I'm going to give. So I'm going to stop the recording. We're going to go back through, finish filling this out for, and then we'll call it a night.